Hey everybody, Gypsy Wolf. I am back. I am so sorry for my long hiatus. I really apologize, and I will do a video as to why that has been going on recently. It's been health reasons, and I really appreciate all of your well wishes, but this is a very ongoing process. You know, it's been a year and a half, and it's just continuing to go, you know, hospital visit after hospital visit after procedure, things like that. Anyway, I won't keep you with any of that, but for all of you who have been concerned and sending me love and messages, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means so much to me that you actually care. And I apologize if I haven't gotten back to you. It's just when you're going through something like this, sometimes you just need to take a break from technology. Okay, so this video is basically, I wanted to do something in conjunction with one of my most recent videos, which was on my newest version of hotfoot powder. So we can hotfoot people, right? And it works. You know, for me, my newest batch, it worked like a charm. I used it twice, and boom, within less than 20 minutes, they were gone. I'm not kidding. Packing their bags, gone. However, we do have those pesky people in our lives. They are like leeches. They just won't get jobs. They won't take care of themselves, whatever have you. And they just keep coming back. So what do we do in those situations? You can only hotfoot somebody so many times, and you don't want them coming back so frequently. So I decided to come up with a powder that will help prevent them from coming back so frequently, if at all. And so far, knock on wood, so good. I've been using this, and it's been very successful for me. And you can tweak this, you can substitute, take away, add, whatever you would like. I just tried to come up with very basic ingredients that everybody should be able to get their hands on. Cheap, you know, all that good stuff. And you're not going to need anything like a mortar and a pestle. You're not going to need any real tools. You're not, okay? So let me go through what you're going to need. You will need a mixing bowl, okay? I already have a large batch, so I'm just doing this for demonstrative purposes to show you what to do. So I'm just using this little bowl right now. All right, I like using my spoons. I have certain ones that I use just for magical purposes. All right. And then I'm going to go through the ingredients with you one by one as I add them, but you're probably going to need a base to this powder because you're going to need a good amount of it, because if you live in a home, a residential home, you're probably going to want to sprinkle it around the entire perimeter of your home. So you're going to need a good amount, and if you live in an apartment, something like that, you're going to want to sprinkle it, you know, windowsills, door openings, things like that. So, you know, you're going to need a good amount. So I would suggest getting yourself a base. Now, it was very common in hoodoo to use talc powder, but we now know that that is not good for you. So what I like to use is arrowroot powder because it's all natural. I don't know if you can see that. Arrowroot. It's what works for me. It's what I like. But you can use talc if that's what you've got. You know, baby powder if that's what you've got. You know, you could use cornstarch. You could use regular old flour. Whatever you have on hand is totally fine. But you can get this at any grocery store, and it's all organic, natural, so it won't hurt any little animals outside or inside your house. Keep that in mind when you are sprinkling things outside and inside. if you have babies that are crawling and things like that, you gotta keep these things in mind, okay? Alright, so I'm going to add a little bit of my arrowroot powder. This is messy because I can never get this thing shut all the way. No matter whether I use a rubber band or a clip, doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna, I eyeball everything, so please, if you ask for ingredient measurements, I'm probably not gonna be able to give them to you. So it also depends on how much you want to make. If you have a huge house, a mansion, good for you, number one. You're probably not needing to do much of this kind of stuff. But, if you have a small home, that's fine too. It really depends. It really depends. Well, let's say the person, whenever they come over, they always stay on this specific couch. If you feel like all you need to do is put some of the powder around that couch, go for it. Whatever feels right to you, where you feel like you need to put it is fine. Alright, let's see here. Get the rest out of the way. Close it on up. Yeah, already got all over my shirt. I look like a cokehead. I don't know if I'm showing my age here, but with Scarface, that scene towards the end where he just puts his face in a tray filled with cocaine and he's got it all over him. That always cracks me up. It's one of my favorite movies still to this day. Al Pacino was actually in his mid to late 40s when he did that movie. Didn't look it, did he? He is still, to this day, one of my favorites. Alright. I'm going off topic, but why not? Who doesn't like to talk movies and TV and all that good stuff, right? By the way, I'm curious. Who got the new Hocus Pocus makeup? I did. I got the palette. My cousin sent it to me along with the lip glosses, and then I got the highlighter and, oh God, look at me. Yep. Total cokehead. What else? Something else. But yeah, I got most of the collection. I didn't get the jelly mutt shadows or anything like that because I'm a little older, so it's a little, a little juvenile for me. But if you're young or you love colorful, shadows, go for it. Alright. So I would say, measuring wise, your base, the powder that you're going to use, I would say 2/3, or maybe even 3/3 of your mixture should be that powder, because you don't want to use a ton of your herbs, but we're not using a whole lot. Alright, so we have our powder here. It's just our base. And next we're going to use salt for the very basic reasons we all use salt. Alright, we're just going to put some in our hand. I prefer sea salt, but use whatever you have in your kitchen. Alright, and I'm going to put this in a counterclockwise motion because I want to keep this person away and gone. Okay, now one of the beautiful things about salt, you don't really need to tell it what to do. It kind of just knows. So you don't have to bless and power, all of that. Alright, so we have our salt. The next thing we're going to add is some good old-fashioned red pepper flakes. Now, I do put this in my hotfoot powder, and anything I use to send people away, things like that. And even though this is preventative measures, I still want the person to feel uncomfortable if they're getting near that barrier. So that's why I'm using it. So I'm just going to sprinkle some in. in a counterclockwise motion, or you can just sprinkle it in, like, you know, do it however you want. You could use a spoon if, you know, you have a really big batch. I mean, this is taking too long, you know. And if you have a certain person in mind, let's just say their name is John Smith. John Smith, you will no longer enter my home. You are no longer welcome in my home. When you get near my home, you realize that you do not want to be there. You know, state your intentions. That's so important. Okay, put that aside, and I'm just going to mix that in a counterclockwise motion. I like to mix each one at a time, but it's entirely up to you. You can wait until the end until you have everything incorporated. But I do it one at a time in case I feel like I didn't add enough of something. After mixing, I kind of assess. Okay. Now, this next one is the one ingredient that might be a little hard for you guys to understand how easily it is obtained, which is red brick dust. I have a whole container here of it. So, alright, the way to get red brick dust, you can just take a red brick, a drill. You want to make sure you have the right drill bit because you don't want to ruin the one drill bit that most drills come with, if they come with any. And just drill away, drill some holes, and collect, you know, the brick dust. That's simple. If you don't have a brick, if you don't have a drill, because I understand, I was in that position, still I don't have the right drill bit. So my friend is in construction. So I asked him, and the things I ask him for are so crazy. But he always comes through, God bless him. You know, I said, hey, look, I need some red brick dust for magical reasons. Do you have any red bricks on one of your sites that you could, you know, drill and collect the dust from? And he said, oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, great. So, if you have a friend in construction, if you have a neighbor that maybe has a pile of bricks and you know that they have a drill or you have a drill, you could ask for a brick. Like, what are you going to do? Say no? Maybe bake them a pie, take it over and say, or muffins or cookies, like you're not a good baker. Buy one of those, I love those bags of cookies, like they're pre-made. It's, you know, just the powder, and you just add the water, the oil, and eggs, beat it together, and you make your little cookies. Oh my god, I love those things. They're so good. You make some basic cookies, take them over, and ask if you can have a brick. Or, you know, if they'll drill the dust for you, and they ask why, just say, oh, it's for a craft that I'm doing. And if it's a dude, they're not going to ask. And even if it's a chick, come up with something, get creative, alright? But red brick dust is so heavily used in hoodoo to put up a barrier, not just to make sure people that mean you harm can't cross it. I mean, that's the main reason. But to me, it's also just to keep those people away. Anybody that doesn't have my best interests at heart. It doesn't mean you're trying to harm me. But if they are just so self-motivated and that's all they care about is themselves, I want to use red brick dust, okay? So like I said, this is free. But if you can't get any for whatever reason, and if you still need ideas on how to get it, I guess email me and I'll try to come up with some more. But get creative, guys. You know, I can only do so much for you. You got to do for you. But I am here for you. I want you to know that. But, you know, be there for yourselves. Alright, so I'm just going to take, because like I said, this is just demonstrative purposes. I'm just going to take my itty bitty little spoon, pour some in, and I'm going to start stirring counterclockwise yet again. And I'm going to start speaking my intentions. Let anyone that doesn't serve my highest good stay out and away from my home. Let my home continue to be my sanctuary, my safe place where I find peace. Let anybody that does not want peace for me stay away, and let this brick dust help and aid in this. Okay. Use whatever words you want. Like, I go off the cuff every single time I make something, to be honest, because it always changes. Alright, the next one. I'm sorry this is already going on longer than I expected. I already burnt these, so it wouldn't take too long in the video. This is burnt garlic skins. Think about it. Garlic has always been known to, like, you know, you wear it around your neck to keep away vampires and things like that, right? Back in the olden days. Well, to me, garlic skin and garlic in and of itself, I mean, I use both for protection. I never throw away my garlic skins. It's rare. I normally, if I'm just cooking with it, and I only have a little, I'll just burn it on the stove real quick. To add that little extra bit of protection in my home. It does help prevent against psychic vampires. And let's think about this, guys. People that keep coming back and mooching off of you and staying in your home and things like that, they do tend to be psychic vampires, and we don't want that. I mean, they drain us, and what else does this do? I mean, it's just good basic protection too. Take a sip of water, guys. I'm sorry. I talk way too much. I've never been told that I don't. Okay, so. Oh, by the way, I'll tell you real quick. Burnt garlic skins is also very good in protected black salt. And you got your black salt that is used for baneful magic, and then you've got your protected black salt. Just letting you know, it's also very good for protected black salt. So I'm just going to take a little bit because I'm about to make a new batch of black salt, and I'm saving the rest for that. So I'm just going to take a little bit, pour this in here. And you know what? I think I'm going to actually charge this, do all that good stuff, and add it to the giveaway that I'm going to be doing. And I'll go into that at the very end of the video, so stay tuned. Alright, so we are going to go, again, in a counterclockwise motion. I bless and empower these burnt garlic skins to keep away any psychic vampires, whether they are near my house or away, but especially keep them away from my home, so they don't drain me, so that my energy is all my own. Okay. Now, we have 2 left. And they're ruled by the same planets, elements, things like that. And you're going to be a little surprised at them, but you can find them in any grocery store. Very easy to get your hands on. So the first one is dill. Alright. And the gender is masculine. The planet that it's ruled by is Mercury, and the element is fire. So we've got all that heat, all that going on inside of there. So from what I have read, what I have learned, it was said that if it was placed over the door, no one that had ill intentions or that was envious of you could enter your home. So for that reason, I wanted to add it. So it's not sending someone away, it's preventing them from even coming in. So we're going to add some dill. Nope. This isn't even open. Shoot. Okay. I hope I can get it with these nails on. Got my Halloween nails on. Guys, I am like so not prepared for Samhain yet. I'm trying, but when I'm not feeling well most days, it's kind of tough. But I at least want to come up with like a new, I don't know, side dish recipe, even though I might not feel well enough to make a full dinner, or like a new bread. That would be nice. All for the ancestors. Got a few little things planned. Alright, so I'm going to add a little dill. I love the smell. My favorite thing to dip vegetables in is a dill dip that I make. Oh, it's so good. Alright, so we're going to add a little bit of dill. And dill has lots of magical qualities that people don't realize. Okay. I love the smell. I really do. Kind of reminds me of chive. Okay. Excuse me. I bless and empower this dill so that no one that wishes me any harm or anyone or anything in my home harm to enter. Let them feel sick if they come near my door or my property, if they wish ill intentions upon me. Recipe. Alright, done with that. Now the last ingredient is, you're not going to be able to see it all to open the bag here, but, woo, I'm spilling them everywhere. I'm a messy witch, that's all I gotta say. I'm going to clean up quite a bit when I'm done here. Is flaxseed. I always have a bag of that because I put that in my smoothies. It's so good for you. And if you don't put too much in your salad or your smoothies, you don't even taste it. And it is doing so much good for your body, let me tell you. Okay. So again, this is ruled by the gender. It's ruled by the planet Mercury, the element of fire, and the gender is masculine. Again, that's a powerhouse, right? Yes. Alright, now, flax seeds, they're used so much more in magic, or were at least, than people realize, like, for so many reasons. It's used in all sorts of magic, like protection, money, beauty, psychic powers, healing. So because of that, though, you have to tell this ingredient what you want it to do. Like I always do with all of them, but definitely make sure you do it with your flaxseed. Don't skip this step. Also, something I learned. Now, I don't know when this was, you know, what century, where, but again, from what I've learned, a combination of red pepper and flaxseed kept in a box somewhere in the house, apparently, you know, was said to prevent evil from entering. It is still said to do so. So maybe like a little shoe, you know, like a little jewelry box, shoe box, I don't know. But I have learned that. So I'm going to use these flax seeds here. Excuse me. Alright, so counterclockwise motion. You can grind all of these in a mortar and pestle if you would like, but I'm just showing you that you don't need to. I bless and empower these flax seeds to keep away anyone that wishes me harm, that wishes my home harm. Keep them away from my house, keep them away from my property. Let them know that they are no longer welcome in this home, on this grass, anywhere near me on my property. Blessed be, or amen, however you want to put it. And you're done. Now, you can be done and put it in, your vessel. Make sure you cleanse all your tools first, guys. And if, whatever jar or bottle you're going to put it in, cleanse that too. I like to take it a step further. If this is just me personally. I will either take a chime candle, birthday candle, or a tea light candle, depending on how much I'm making. And I either choose, you can choose red, which is great for power, protection. I choose red normally. Purple is really good for power. And white is just good for all around blessing. And what you can do, before you bottle this up, while it's still in its jar or bowl, you can take it over to your altar if you have one, or wherever you're making it. You light up your little candle and you place it in the center, and you envision a bubble around your house of protection, keeping away all this negativity that has come your way, making sure that, I like to see shields, shields that, soldiers used to have all around me or my home or whatever when I do this type of work. So that way, and I like to kind of also visualize, swords coming that way and bouncing off, or, lightning coming towards it and it bouncing off. Just to visualize how powerful this protection is. So, alright guys, this is what you use after you've hotfoot someone out of your home to make sure that they do not come back. Now, if you want to be entered into the giveaway, we need to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of November. By the end of November, okay? And in this giveaway, it's going to be big. I will add this because I'm going to actually go into this more, bless and empower each herb and item more. I'm going to charge it on my altar for a full moon cycle, do the whole candle, all of that. Go and call on my deities and my angels and all that good stuff, and this will be added to it. So there will be powders, there will be oils, there will be candles, there will be brews, there will be everything you could want as a witch, okay? Books even. There might be a book or two. You never know. Especially if you're a beginner witch, it's going to be, or intermediate or advanced. It's going to be a really, really good giveaway. So in order to be entered into the giveaway, you have to be subscribed to my channel. You have to comment on at least one video that I make in a month, at least one, because I know I haven't been making that many, and like it at the same time, okay? Very simple. Now, the more you comment, the more you like, the higher your chances become. Just ask the first person that won the first basket. Ask her how cool it was. Ask her how often she commented, liked, all that. Okay? Just gonna leave it there. Alright. This was a half-hour long. I am so sorry. But I hope I explained it well. And I have so many short and easy spells to share with you guys. So please, please, please let me know what you want to see, because I do this for you. I don't put out too many dark spells, so let's try to keep it on the lighter side, guys. If we can, but I understand that I am not a Wiccan, I am not a white witch by any means. but I don't like to put out anything too dark on the web. Just putting that out there. Alright, so please let me know what spells you would like to see. I'm thinking about doing a breaking an addiction spell, a releasing anger spell, all kinds. Like, I have like 5 that are on the tip of my head, and I can't wait to share them with you. So, for anybody that wants this powder, let me know. If you want to just buy some of this powder, I can make a big batch and sell it for pretty darn cheap because it doesn't cost a lot to make. But I can charge it, all that good stuff for you. I do not work for people right now. Again, I do not work for people right now. But I do make oils and spell kits and powders and things like that. So if you're interested in anything like that, please email me at magicalgypsywolf@gmail.com. Again, that's magicalgypsywolf@gmail.com. Again, thank you so much for joining me. And I can't wait to see you very soon. Don't wait to leave a comment down below about what you want to see next. Alright. Bye. Blessed be.